With me now in studio are Jeremy Saltan, political strategist and consultant, and Yair Fink, founder of Lobby 99 and former candidate for the Democratic Union and Labour Party. Thank you, gentlemen, for joining me for this. Jeremy, we hear Yair Lapid. Part of that statement makes sense. 3 prime ministers sharing the post does sound a little extreme, maybe, for Israeli voters.
Yes.
But what do you make of this decision coming now? I mean, it's been months where everybody, literally everybody on the political spectrum has been pushing Lapid to do this, what he did today.
Good morning, Yair Lapid. I'm glad you finally woke up and you smell the coffee. I don't know why today is different than all other days. Maybe it's because Netanyahu said that he was going to give back the mandate, and that everyone would realize that really Yair Lapid has been the biggest obstacle to go ahead and have a national unity government. Now, the national unity government might not be something that is good for Yair Lapid personally, but finally he's going ahead and realizing that if he does not go ahead and take back, at least with words, his demands here, that everyone is going to go ahead and point the finger directly at him. So I think that was a good move. The question is, of course, in actions, is he going to keep pushing Gantz away from what is actually needed in order to form this government? Or is he going to go ahead and say, Gantz, I got your back, do what you have to do? Only time will tell.
Yair, what do you think? What would be the impact of this? Do you see this changing the game in terms of the talks between the two parties?
I agree. It's let's say it's a smart move. It's maybe too late, but it's better now than ever. I'm not sure it's going to change the political map. We have here a obstacle. I don't agree that the obstacle is Yair Lapid. I think the main obstacle is Netanyahu and his 3 indictments. And so I think that we don't have a, let's say, a solution for that obstacle. And I think we're in a dead end. I'm not sure what's going to be the solution, but a united government could be only if Netanyahu moves to the side, maybe Gidon Saar or a different candidate from the Likud. There's no united government with Netanyahu that is going towards 3 indictments.
Then why is Gantz sitting with Netanyahu? Obviously, Netanyahu is the leader of the Likud. He just got 32 seats. You can't determine, this is something that is really a fundamental issue I find on the center left. You cannot determine for another party who their leader is. I can't go to the Democratic Union and say, hey guys, you want to know what? I don't like Nissan Horowitz. I want Yaya Fink to be the chairman. I can't go ahead and do that. I can't decide who I'm going to talk to in the other party. Likud went ahead and they chose Netanyahu, and he got 32 seats, and Gantz needs to sit with him.
But Netanyahu doesn't come with the 32 seats. He comes with the 55 seats of all the right-wing parties. So, I never saw a negotiation with 55 candidates.
No, but that's fine. When Gantz is coming, is he coming with the 44 seats? Is he coming with Labor? Is he coming with the Democratic Union? Or is he just going and not coordinating with you? Because I have a lot of friends in the Democratic Union and in Labor who tell me that, you want to know what? You guys are talking with Gantz and coordinating. At least we're honest about it. We're saying that we're talking with Netanyahu all the time, and we actually take pictures when we meet. You guys are meeting with Gantz. You're talking with Gantz, unless you want to go ahead and deny it here, on live TV. And at least we're being honest about it. So I'm saying, you have your 44, we have our 55. We are saying like this, we're not going to disqualify anybody. You know what a real national unity government is? That's where everyone says, listen, let's go ahead, let's get together, let's take the things that are national consensus, and let's work only on those. Instead of going ahead and saying, you know what, let's disqualify the Haredim, let's disqualify the settlers, let's disqualify Netanyahu. You don't hear that coming from the right, from the left. You guys are supposed to be the liberal, tolerant people.
What's the goal of politics? The goal of politics is you have disputes, ideology disputes, and you want to try and to promote your platform or your agenda, not to sit everybody together and to hug. That's not the goal of politics.
Neither side won. And if both sides decide that they're going to stick to their guns and not have any compromise here, we're going to go to another election. And I'll tell you, the Israeli people do not want us to go to another election.
I agree.
Someone needs to go ahead and show some flexibility. Lapid took a very big step today. I think Gantz needs to take a bigger step and say, you want to know what? I am willing now to go ahead and say that I'm going to join according to what Rivlin, who's the president, who's a responsible adult in the room, he went ahead, he put out an outline and say, I accept this outline and let's move forward.
Netanyahu in 2009 said that a prime minister under indictments, maybe even before indictment, cannot be a prime minister. So Netanyahu said, Netanyahu was right in 2009, and we're right in 2019.
And in 2015, you said things about Ehud Barak. You know, so listen, times change and positions change.
Times change, but Netanyahu didn't
and people change parties, and that's all fine. But I'm saying that what we have here is a fundamental issue that the people do not want us to go to a third election. And I'm telling you that on the right side, we're doing everything we can possible so that we don't go to another election. It would be nice if on the center left we saw the same thing.
I think that it's the same thing, but when you come with 55, like a bloc of 55 members of the Knesset of all the right-wing parties.
Are you going to deny that you're talking to Gantz, that your party's talking to? So again, you have a bloc of 44 and we have a bloc of 55. And then you wonder why Netanyahu wants to go first.
But if you want to go into a united government, the first step is to talk the two big parties and agree.
That's what they're doing.
You could put, and you could bring
they're going ahead and they're sitting together.
No, he's coming with a bloc of 55.
He'd rather fly to London. I mean, are you in the middle of a serious coalition negotiation, or do you want to go have some vacation in London? You got to go ahead and decide that this is a serious process and take it seriously. The Israeli public are sick of this. They're sick of this. They don't understand why for the last year our government has done nothing because the politicians can't go ahead and get in room and figure it out.
First of all, it's better to be in London than in 3 indictments and on the way to jail. So I think pending the hearing, but I think that our main obstacle is Netanyahu. Netanyahu, after a decade of being prime minister, he lost the last election, and we need to switch.
And Gantz won the last election?
He didn't win.
He didn't win the election. So again, that's why both sides need to agree that they can't. This is not a government in which you're going to be able to take the ideological points of your platform and pass them.
Compromise.
You need to compromise.
Gentlemen, stay with me one moment. I want to bring in this other story that's happening today, and we'll come back to our discussion. Leaders of the Arab-Israeli community are calling for a general strike to protest the surge of violent crime in the Arab sector and accusing the authorities of failing to combat crime in the Arab sector. The leaders also urged the country's 2 million Arab Israelis to stage a series of protests in the coming days. As we're speaking, we're seeing the live ceremony there in Jerusalem. That's President Reuven Rivlin